Does she not agree that people sleeping on the streets of our capital city, being charged exorbitant rents, and children being brought up in bed and breakfast hotels is a disgrace to a civilised country?
If you look at the causes that Jeremy stuck with for 20 or 30 years, and he was right and the establishment were wrong.
Is the Minister aware that there are many people in London...
He spent decades being a thorn in the side of previous Prime Ministers.
I'm sure the Prime Minister would join with me in condemning both...
He rebelled against his own Labour Party when it was in government 500 odd times.
Jeremy Corbyn, 251. 13,200.
The Labour Party has its largest membership ever since I became a leader of this party. It's active in every single part of the country. We've had the most unbelievable torrents of media attacks on individuals and a failure to engage in the policy debate. This country cannot go on with its levels of inequality. You have to challenge the austerity programme. That is exactly what we are doing. If they want their children to get decent education, if they want a health service that's there and works for all, if they want job opportunities for their young people, if they want a government that's serious about environmental sustainability and a mix of energy production, then it's a Labour government that can deliver that. And I am very determined that at the end of the first term of the Labour government, we will build a lot of houses, we will have secure hospitals, we will have an expanding high-tech industries where government is prepared to invest. It's actually not that different to what successive German and Scandinavian governments have done for a very long time. It's just a neoliberal agenda in Britain has gone so far that anyone who says anything about state investment is suddenly portrayed as some kind of extreme position. It's not. It's sensible. It's rational.
These happen in politics. I think what matters is the policies themselves, and the policies, whether it be asking the rich to pay a bit more money, investing in public services, investing in housing, health, education and public ownership of utilities. Most people don't look at the tittle-tattle of politics. Most people just say, do I like the policies or not?
I think some of them, like the introduction of more trade union presence in British life, are very Corbyn-esque because they sort of take us back to this time where there was more rights for workers, before Thatcher's time, and that will remind many voters of a more old-fashioned Britain. But I actually think there are things in there, such as the £10 minimum wage and scrapping university fees, that look ahead because they help young people and they help people who are on low wages who want to get ahead.
The proposals include renationalising the railways, the Royal Mail and the National Grid. There are also promises to build new council homes, as well as strengthening workers' rights and scrapping tuition fees.
95% of taxpayers won't pay more tax. The top 5%, who are doing pretty well at a time when we've gone through a lot of economic turbulence, are going to be asked to pay a little bit more money. And that money will be invested in health, in education, in housing and in elderly care.
Labour will not allow the Tories to put their party interests ahead of the real national interest, the interests of the people of this country. That's why we're fighting to win this election, so we can transform Britain for the many and not the few. When we win, the British people win. The nurse, the people win. The nurse, the teacher, the small trader, the carer, the builder, the office worker, they all win. Labour is offering a real choice, a real alternative to the rigged system holding us back and to the Conservatives who are running our country down. The economy is still rigged in favour of the rich and powerful. When Labour wins, there'll be a reckoning for those who thought they could get away with asset stripping our industry, crashing our economy through their greed and ripping off workers and consumers. So, don't wake up. on the 9th of June to see celebrations from the tax cheats, the press barons, the greedy bankers, Philip Green, the Southern Rail directors and crooked financiers that take our wealth and have got away with it because they are the party they own. That is, the Conservative Party would have won.
We can upset the very powerful on June the 8th by electing a government that will work for the good of all, not the benefit of the few. Let's do it for all those that went before. Let's do it for those that are going to come. For the many, not the few. Thank you very much.
There's someone special who's come here to talk to you. A very nice man. A very nice man. Not only a very nice man, but a rising star in the UK drama scene. Please welcome Mr. Jeremy Corbyn.
An opportunity. We've got football and music all in the same place. Those very wealthy clubs in the Premiership pay you 5%, so we've got grassroots football for everyone. Merseyside and its history of music is the music capital of our country. I want a country where everybody can play sport if they want to. Every child can learn music and the society is brought together by that. Do you want housing? Do you want care? Do you want a society coming together? Or do you want selective education and fox hunting? Come together in that brilliant cultural tradition we have. Working class communities that build football clubs. Working class youngsters that play music. And a government that cares about sport, culture and the arts and gives you the space to play and rehearse your music. Thank you for giving me a few minutes. And remember, this election is about you.